Welcome back, guys. I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we are back once again playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we finished up the Day 3 trial former. And we called, or about to call, Jake Marshall up to the witness stand to hear his testimony. In this episode, we're going to hear his testimony and continue on in Day 3 trial ladder. Let's start. The court will now reconvene. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
And you're drinking.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
And he's still drinking.
Me, partner? I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping out the elderly cross intersections when in need.
It says Edward, but Edward was not talking.
Yes. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling of the wind calling it out.
Really?
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
There's the howling of the wind.
Yes! The howling of the wind, called Edgeworth.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edward described that way before.
I forgot that you did that. Cool. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. Were you in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place? Is that correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Oh my gosh. We have to deal with this.
Maybe it's best that we get on with this quickly.
The judge is like, I don't understand anything this guy is saying.
I'm already done with this. Please share us your testimony for the day of the crime. In English.
He has to put it in.
Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, that room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time when it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you are out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but then you'll see me complaining.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Your security cameras are shit. They're apparently strapped at like chest level and can't even get the faces of people.
Oh.
Anyone could blind them very easily because they're at chest level.
If the Blue Badger was any closer, there wouldn't be any footage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, well, about the fingerprint activated locks inside the evidence room. What about the fingerprint activated lock inside the evidence room?
Yeah, there we go. Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickey are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines, or following orders.
Apparently.
Everyone got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble.
And I like how everyone agrees this witness is trouble.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
Please, no.
Day of the crime. Alright.
How exactly do you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings.
You interred them?
Videos of nothing are that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded on tapes, if nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I erased the tape, it felt like I was erasing part of my life.
Like, you just spend your life doing nothing but stare at those videos.
Yep, and they're gone.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. Physically. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Ain't you heard a word I said, partner?
No.
I told you they ain't my style.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
Why are you a police officer? No desperado I know joined the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, Joy is on my lap, not our lap, my lap right now, and she unplugged the headphones. Okay. Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt for weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired? Like,
well,
actually,
he was demoted.
He was demoted, but not fired.
Yeah.
The other one was fired, but like, we don't know their work ethics.
Yeah.
Except this one. You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
Is that a machine?
Yeah, technically, yes.
Okay. That's quite, incredible.
The sensors on the lock handles cannot be seen. It is well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing at the crime when the crime took place?
What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel Steak lunches can beat that parlor's fungal sepia pasta. I'm sorry I butchered that. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police on duty to eat some noodles?
Okay, so we're established this guy abandoned his post, and the other one, who knows what she did. I don't know her work ethic.
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
I don't think it did.
I don't think so.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want to raise this year?" Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
Wait, if you're bad with machines, if you can't tell us how to ride a bike, how do you drive a car?
I mean, he doesn't have to know how it works. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, The witness does not appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
This is why we don't go to Texas. Apparently, your superior don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I better up the ante. Okay.
Ante, yeah. All right, like Phoenix said, we've got a trump card. So let's use it.
Here.
For all our ammo, yeah. Let's draw, partner.
Okay. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. Are you going to sleep? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
Yeah, you just keep drinking. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
This is real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the scene of the crime?
The blood was wiped away, however. A liminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with his head on straight. His head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Alright, blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural my fingerprints be all over that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as that blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
What? What?
See, I had nothing to do with it.
How do you know that?
The witness's explanation appears to be valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be any fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
I feel like we should take this phrase and just auto-record it and just play it every time you have to say it. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it.
Now's my chance
to prove it.
Alright.
How do you know about the gloves? I want to press that. Yes, yes, yes. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. Blah, 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 blah. The blah, 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 blah. How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports.
Right, I forgot. He's a police officer.
There was a blood stain at this scene, though, to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer was wearing gloves. Happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprints. That's the only logical conclusion.
I can't let him squirm out of this one. I've got to find something. Something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime. They described the other one though.
Alright, well let's press all this stuff.
Okay, but first, what do I have for some handprint? In the evidence room.
You can check it. What does check do? Okay, just big screen. Got it.
Because we found, they're describing the one on Gumshoe's locker. That's
right.
The one that was left there and was kept there. The other one was on the other locker. near the entrance.
Hmm.
And that one had the fingerprints. But yes, let's just press everything. That's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one other more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. He's talking about that one. The locker, that's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use.
Wait. If you're not a detective anymore, why do you have a locker? Still. Do they just not reprogram these lockers?
They may not have a need to right now. They may not have that many detectives.
Okay, whatever.
All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
Or a coat. I see.
Or a coat. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprints data was never changed. He must have been using the fingerprint log without even knowing it.
Oh. Go. You starting to get the picture, partner?
Hang on, partner. I need to look at your fingerprint once more. On his own locker, the prints have been... Okay. The picture?
This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards.
No, they eat meat, not blood.
It's a metaphor. There's only one reality, and that is this.
It may be a metaphor, but I will answer metaphor like exactly how I answer sarcasm, with all seriousness. The security tape.
So long as my trail isn't there, how you can't say otherwise.
Oh, your trail was there. I can say otherwise.
This is getting us anywhere. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going to go. Where are you going with this cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Was that just edited? I'm gonna press.
Yeah.
But I feel
Press
like
everything.
What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to the crime that isn't right? Isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. Like, if someone was familiar with the camera's precision, he could leave the room without being caught on that tape. Ho-ho. But isn't there more than one cameras in this room? Why is there only one camera in this room? Why does that monitor have multiple screens?
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Because it's the security room, so it probably has security cameras all over the place in other rooms.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates...
Wait, it's not the security room, it's the evidence room. And he's the person in charge of
court record? Court record. No, go profiles.
Thinks he's a cowboy.
Okay, great. I was expecting more detail than that.
No, he guards the evidence room,
Mhm.
and that camera is for the evidence room, and that monitor is for the evidence room. Why is there only one camera if there's multiple monitors?
Yeah. Officer Marshall was present. Please show.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Okay, now we got a point at the end.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Yes, Edward, we know.
Now then, let's have another look at the video.
Again.
Show us the incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Whee! Whee! Whee!
Okay. Here you go.
Take that!
Bring our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
Days are short in Texas, and so are our temperatures. What? Tempers.
Okay, shorts. The days are the same length as everywhere else in the U.S.
Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
You in evidence room. Proven. 5 words there.
Very well.
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
What? Okay, I didn't count that. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. We have to watch. Oh, thank goodness.
See this lock. Yeah.
See this locker has.
No, it's mine. It's Judge. See this lock.
I think this is mine, but it was
You're right.
Incorrectly.
Oh, the DS port. So many speaking errors.
See this locker that has a white cloth sticking out? This is the witness locker. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. It does not look like it's rewinding. Just saying.
Yeah, it just looks. You can only tell with the clock.
Also, you're not rewinding very fast.
No. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? Officer.
When this crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. His fucking part show.
Order! Order! It would seem that the only... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. You got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and snuck it in.
Did he not hear what we asked him about last testimony? Okay, whatever.
It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
I like how everyone is like, are you a fucking dumbass?
Yeah. Why is everybody staring at me like I'm a one man?
Everyone is staring at him like, are you a fucking dumbass?
Yes.
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it.
Oh, here. Is this... using a... Okay.
Fingerprint sensor.
We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, sure. What do you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh! What is that?
Turkey. I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Oh, he's having a heart attack.
Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself!
Please tell me how you're gonna get out of this.
If this is a joke, it's the worst one I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you're doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Olay? What?
Please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins did see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
I believe it's exactly what we've been saying.
Yeah.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was the officer marshal at the time of the crime?
That's victim. So killer is Meekins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
I thought we established that Detective Goodman was not killed in here. And it was not Officer Goodman. Correct, unless the man wasn't Officer Goodman. Detective Goodman, my bad. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the scene of the crime.
That's a lie.
Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, he asked me to show him I asked him to show him his card, sir. Yes?
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me!
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We've got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative deposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you see me complaining.
I do, you just right now.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence? Any evidence proving beyond the shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
I think he said that just like, you got evidence, right? He just insulted my beer.
Right? Yeah.
He insulted my beer. He will not get away from this. Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. The video, man, the video! The claw!
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Ah, this can't be happening. Oh my gosh, Phoenix!
The tape!
Phoenix, the tape!
The tape!
It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Are you gonna help us? You helped us with Star.
It seems your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
We're not surprised.
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
What is the basic of defense attorney stuff, Phoenix? Tell me, because I have no experience.
The basics?
For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Nick, try to think outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the same time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Jake Marshall was dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened the locker in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence that, so this video is my only shot. But am I supposed to point out his code? That's what I'm supposed to point out, right? What this cloth is.
Yeah, very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
Oh, wait. Why? Okay. To just... Oh, I can do this. Am I supposed to just point out his coat? Okay, this has to be it. It's not just us pointing out the white cloth again. Well, what do you have to say to...
Alright, partner. You really want to know what the reason I had to open my locker?
I know if he... I stopped right in the middle of that because he's like, what do you have to say to that? When he didn't say anything. Why?
So I can stuff you in there.
Huh?
I'm sure the world would be a better place if with you sent off to the boneyard. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room. Now I'm an unsolved case. Something went wrong in the evidence room. That's why Marshall had to open his locker.
The accident itself is the reason. I better have another crack at this.
According to the defense's argument, reversing this.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. It's what I pointed out before. Got it. Okay, so it's exactly what I'm thinking. To stuff his coat in, but the reason why he stuffed it in because he got blood all over it.
Yeah. Very well. White cloth. Zoom.
No, it's after Meekins. Is it here? Nope. Rewind. There it is.
Yeah, split second. You have to do that back and forth. It took me a bit. Like I had to go frame by frame to see that bit. But yeah.
There we go. Exactly what I was thinking, just pointing at the wrong place. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what the reason was yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white cloth you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, huh, partner? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here, now would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did, all of it.
Alright. It seems the time has come.